Well, good morning. Internet connection is playing up again. How are you this morning? What a pleasant morning it is. Even though it's not sunny, it's just right for a walk in the park. So, as usual, I wasn't sure what to talk about this morning live. So, just before I pressed the live button, I decided to talk about divine timing and timing in the matrix. Because I'm noticing something. Well, I've noticed something actually years ago. And I spoke to some of my spiritual friends, and they're experiencing the same thing. It's like time is slipping through my fingers. Do you feel this way? And if you feel this way, so the first time I noticed that I didn't pay attention to time was 5 years ago. I just felt like I was detaching from normal time, because those of you who are awake know that time in the matrix is an illusion. Time in the matrix is one of the ways of the system to control us and to keep us in constant loop of feeling worried, rushing all the time. And that's one of the reasons I don't wear a watch, is exactly that. It's like I feel like I'm going to be chasing time all the time. I don't want to do that. And this week, I don't know what happened, but time just flew by. And maybe I've talked about divine timing before. I can't remember. But do you know why this is happening? Why some people experience like there is no time, if this makes sense? It's because they're detaching from the matrix. It's not only their soul is detaching from the matrix, but also their physical body is following. Because when you detach from the matrix, detaching from the matrix is not necessarily something physical. It's all in your head. And when this starts happening, at the beginning is really weird. It's very confusing. And, you're thinking, you wake up 8 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden it's 5 o'clock and you feel like it's only been 5 minutes. That's how I felt when I first experienced detaching from time, I suppose I can call it like that. And actually, well, I quite like it. I don't know how you feel, but because I run a business, obviously I need to pay attention to what time it is and what date it is. I've got a calendar on my laptop, and also I've got a diary. So just to make sure that everything is up to date, I keep an eye on both. And I'm often being asked by, if I read cards for someone or if I work with someone, people always want to know when something is going to happen. Something that they're manifesting, when is it going to happen? Well, nobody can tell you that, because, as I like to say, the universe doesn't wear a watch. Everything that's happening, good morning, that's happening in our lives is divinely orchestrated, and it's happening in divine timing. Don't forget, the universe always delivers, but on you when you're ready to receive. And when your readiness to receive is divine timing. And we're always very impatient when we start doing our inner work. Patience is something that a lot of people are struggling with. Sometimes I'm struggling with being patient. And but that's okay. When you realize that you need to sort of calm down and trust the process and surrender, everything is going to start happening naturally, slowly but surely. I have a friend of mine always said to me, slow but steady wins the race. And she's right. And when you run a business, I know it can be very difficult, not to see results straight away. And not seeing the results immediately can make you feel disheartened. But this is how you learn and how you realize that you need to cultivate patience. You need to do your inner work. You need to trust. You need to surrender. Because running a business, the fact that you've decided to quit your jobs, or even if you're still working, but starting a business, it's a huge step forward. And you deserve to celebrate yourself for that. So, and these are one of the things, I'm still working on. My spiritual friends are still working on, to trust the process, to surrender. It is possible, but it takes time, it takes practice, it takes patience. And these are some of the things we are going through at the Manifestation Academy for Workpreneurs with my students. At the beginning of a coaching session or a course, we always go through releasing, letting go, and all that kind of things. Because you can't upgrade into a higher frequency if you're still stuck in the third dimension. It's just not going to happen. The matrix is still around us. We're still part of it. But that doesn't mean that you can't detach yourself from it. Like I said at the beginning of this life, everything is in your head. If you are afraid of the matrix is going to win. But if you learn to love yourself, value yourself, the matrix has no chance. Matrix can't control you. So look at that beautiful view. So I think that's me done for today. Okay. And when you feel overwhelmed by the matrix, or because things are not happening for you straight away, just pause, take a few deep breaths, meditate, go for a walk in nature, journal, do something that you love, something that you enjoy. The matrix will control you only if you allow it. Right, I think that's me blabbing for today. I'm going to continue with my walk, because then my husband and I are going to the allotment to prepare the soil for next year. I wish to everybody an amazing day and an amazing weekend. Bye.